your lesson. There's a blessing in your lesson. We all go through for a reason. There's a blessing in your lesson. It's one of my favorite songs by Isaac Carey and Leandria Jensen. Just kind of bringing home the point that I talked about yesterday about the stuff we go through isn't because we're bad people or good people or whatever it is that society has said, well, you go through this or that because you've done this or that. Like, it's just, that's not what it's about. Most of the time, it's time and unforeseen occurrence, and it's something you have to just accept and go with and embrace. Embracing it really just makes it better. It doesn't make it better. It's not such a shock when it happens. If you just understand that life ebbs and flows, success ebbs and flows, everything in life. And when you can kind of understand that, life gets better. Today's post, I kind of wanted to just put video to yesterday's post because I know a lot of people really hate to read long posts. But because I felt it was important, I want to kind of do a video for people who don't like to read. So yesterday I was talking about kind of this song, for which I don't own the rights to, by the way. I guess I should say that before Facebook flags me. An audio that I was listening to yesterday morning said, the guy said, your desperation will become someone's inspiration. Do not waste your pain. And it just was so, it just hit, because we just, you go through some stuff in your life, and a lot of times you don't let anybody know about it, because in the end it's not anybody's business. But also keeping that inside, it wears on you, and a lot of people are really good at putting on smiles and stuff for the sake of others, or just because they're tired of dealing with it, and so they just smile in the face of their pain. And that's good, but it's also good to know that there's a reason, or there's something to be gained from it, from the pain that you're experiencing. With every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater blessing on the other side of that. Just keep digging. There's a book about, a guy that, wanted to dig for gold, and he dug and dug and dug and dug, and he spent a lot of money and never ever struck that gold vein that he was expecting. So he sold the land, and then the guy who buys the land says, I think there's something, and he finds a new route, and he's like, well, where they were going wasn't right, so let me go this way instead. And 3 feet from where the previous guy stopped digging, they struck one of the largest gold veins in history. So it's like that never quit, never give up, that little extra that you're like, I can't go anymore, is the very moment that something could have come. Always keep going. Always keep going. And it's just with this year 2020, which I want to talk about next, it's pertinent information. It's stuff like I said yesterday, stuff we go through it can have a tendency to bring up all the negative feelings: discouragement, heartbreak, pain, fear, anger, jealousy, depletion, bitterness, hate. All those emotions are very um, paralyzing. They keep you. You want to go here, and they keep you here, um, because it's your brain saying, "What if? If I do this, what if? If I do this, what if?" Um, and it's it's the enemy's way of blocking out success and blessings and all of that. So I mean, you gotta try to let those go. The emotion itself is natural, and it's healthy to let it out, to experience it. We're human. It's going to happen. You can't stop it, and you shouldn't try to. Um, but the two things, you can't allow those emotions to build and gather and feed off one another and become larger than what they are, so that they gain an identity almost and become who you think you are as an individual, and it takes power over you, because that's a very dangerous place to exist. Um, and two, you don't want to make decisions while you're in that state. A decision like giving up on your goals, or ending a relationship, or deciding your business is a failure, or whatever it may be. While you're in that state of emotion, of anger or whatever it is, that's not the time to make a decision. And because the reason that's the case is because your feelings, as another audio I love to listen to, your feelings